to Atlantis' computers has occurred. Solid rocket booster nozzle steering check and work.
20.
Firing chain is armed.
15.
Go for main engine start. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis on the shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Right away with Atlantis. Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis. The space shuttle spreads its wings one final time for the start of a sentimental journey into history. 24 seconds into the flight, roll program complete. Atlantis now heads down, wings level on the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Space Station. 40 seconds into the flight, the three liquid fuel main engines throttling back to 72% of rated performance in the bucket, reducing stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic for the final time. Engines now revving up, standing by for the throttle up call. Atlantis, go and throttle up, no action, DPDT.
No action on DPDT.
That call from Capcom Barry Wilmore, a transducer, instrumentation only, no action required. Atlantis now 15 miles in altitude, already 16 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 1 minute 40 seconds into the flight. Atlantis flexing its muscles one final time. Atlantis traveling almost 2,600 miles an hour, 21 miles in altitude, 24 miles downrange, standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms staging a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. The main engine steering the shuttle on a pinpoint path to its preliminary orbit. 2 minutes, 20 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already traveling 3,200 miles an hour, 35 miles in altitude, 50 miles downrange. The propulsion officer reports the orbital maneuvering system engines have ignited. Atlantis kicking on its afterburners for 1 minute, 23 seconds for the final phase of powered flight. Atlantis, 2-engine towel.
Let's bring back in Francis. Even these pictures 7 years ago, 8 years ago, we didn't have these pictures. The most fascinating thing, we saw the booster rocket disconnect there. Can talk us through what's going on right now?
Right now, the booster rockets fell away. Those are the solid rockets. They will burn until they finish. They're like fireworks. So those were kind of the most dangerous part of the mission. Once those are gone, now they're able to shut down those engines on the back. The big orange tank you're seeing at the bottom of the screen is the fuel to those engines on the shuttle. Basically, what you're seeing is you're looking underneath the shuttle. You can see that little bit of wing sticking out there. And the other part of what you're seeing is a big orange tank underneath it there. So they're on their way into orbit right now. Everything's looking really good. And one of those amazing moments. You just saw history. We're never going to see this again.
I know. We will all watch that happen together. Francis, how long is this part of this going to take? I think we said about 8 minutes total.
It's about 8 minutes to orbit. It's about the distance from San Diego to LA in 8 minutes. That's a very, very quick ride.
Wow.
Once they get into orbit, though, they've got to catch up with the space station, which is in a slightly different orbit. So they're going to be up there gradually catching up with the space station, and we'll dock with it and deliver all the supplies, which is the main point of this mission, to deliver a whole load of backup supplies to the space station so that they've got enough stuff that they need before we have the next manned mission, whatever that's going to be, getting us up to the space station.
And of course, that's going to involve the Soyuz and the Russian space capsule while the U.S. works on the future of the space program. And it looks like, I think NASA was talking about the next generation won't be a shuttle fleet. It's going to be kind of going back to to the capsule days of NASA, correct? Is that kind of what the plan is now?
Indeed, the shuttle is an incredible vehicle that was designed to do way more than it was actually ever asked to do. It's a winged vehicle. They've realized they don't necessarily need wings. They can really need something a little simpler that's going to take people up and back, take cargo up and back, and let NASA really concentrate on getting back out into the solar system. But you're quite right, we have that space station up there. People think this is the end of the human space program. It's not. We've got a space station up there bigger than a football field, which we have had a permanent American presence on since 2001, and that's going to continue.
Yeah, that's what I think the impression is when we say that this is the last shuttle program, that this is really, it's over, which really this is a step forward.
Indeed, you can go out many nights in San Diego and watch that huge light. The only thing that's brighter out there is the moon. Come over San Diego and realize that's something that we built. That's up there, and like I say, bigger than a football field. And next time you stand on a football field, try and imagine something that big.
It's unbelievable. You know what I find interesting in kind of knowing a little bit about the shuttle program is that originally I think they intended to have the shuttle make probably a few dozen trips to space when it first started, and then they realized, well, maybe that's not really what's going to happen. So this is the 135th and final mission, correct? In 30 years.
Yes.